Welcome to Scotland, where your waterfalls go uphill. Oh, holy shit. Shut that door. Anywho, God, sakes, can't suppose I've got any door. Holy shit! Excuse my French. Oh, welcome to Scotland. It's a little wild out there. Catch my breath. Excuse me a minute. A little bit of an exciting update, and I've been caught on the hop a little bit. About a week or so ago, I found a UK supplier for lithium iron phosphate battery cells. What sparked my interest with this particular company is that they actually list grade A and grade B cells of various different sizes. They also do chlorofinance and accept PayPal. So Muggins here has stitched myself right up and maxed out my PayPal on 280 amp hour EVE grade A cells, and these ones come with factory test certs, and I'm really quite nervous and excited because I've just had a delivery confirmation email. They should be with me by 2 PM tomorrow. So I've got a lot to do, and I'm really quite nervously excited. Still going to persevere and play with this one because I've got all the settings and final connections to do. And these ones, although they're tested low capacity at 84 ampere hours, they've still got a hell of a lot of energy in them, and they're still usable. So what I might do is divide these up into 4 12 volt battery packs with a little inverter and a little charge controller and a little BMS, and then you've got little battery packs, little portable battery packs, which are being sold for crazy money at the moment, about £1,500 to £2,000 each. Ridiculous, and it's just that crap that's inside it. I've got so much to do, and the first job is play with the parameters on this. So here we go. Hello, there's me again. Hopefully you can hear me alright this time. It's wild out there, and I had the little cat muff on the microphone and it just made it all a bit muffly, but it is wild out there. Right, settings time, parameters, so it's that one. Come on, focus. So, poke that one. Dally Smart BMS. And we are that one. Still saying full because obviously I've not mucked about with the parameters or anything like that. Cell different voltage, cell difference, voltage difference. That's gone down slightly. Now 0.2, 0.02, 2.3. Cells are all looking alright, so I've not caused any short circuits or anything like that. 13 degrees, yeah, alright. Parameter settings. So what we've got protection parameters, cell characteristics, collect board settings, whatever that is, temperature protection, parameter settings. Cell volt high protect 3.75, cell volt low protect 2.2. Well, that's a bit higher, that's a bit low for lithium ferrophosphate, lithium iron phosphate. they're a bit wonky. It's meant to be 3.65 maximum and 2.5 minimum. 60 volts. Oh, sorry, but if anybody uses these, you're gonna really hurt your battery cells. I mean, I'm a novice, and even I can follow sort of a crib sheet and a data sheet and have little scribbling notes of what I've got to set to, but that's ridiculous. You use those settings, you're going to ruin your battery cells. So that needs to be changed. The maximum is 3.65. I'm going to be a bit conservative and go for 3.55 maximum. So I'll set that. Hey, enter the password. Alright, what do you reckon? All the zeros or 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Set. Set. You set. But that's bullshit. I'm going to change that to 2. I'm going to be 2.5 minimum. I'm going to be kind of be nice to these bloated used cells, I think. So I'll go for 2.8, maybe. Set. No. Some high voltage protect. I've already worked that out, that I'll be a maximum at 3.55 times 16. I'll be a maximum of 56.8. So 56.8. Set. Some low protect, minimum at 2.8 will be 44.8. I mean, 35.2, you're going to murder something. What did I say? 44.8. 44.8. What's this looks making? Set. Right. I'm going to have to take, yeah. Difference voltage protect. Okay. 0.8 of a volt. Don't know. Charge current protect 375 amps. Well, yeah. Yeah. Not with these ones, I won't. No, they're only, well, they're factory rated at 105. Tested them at 84. So if I let this charge at 375 amps, I'm going to blow something up. So 80. Discharge over current protect. Well, these can discharge at 1C allegedly without hurting themselves. So again, 80. Set. I'll have to work out what 80 amps at 50 odd volts will give me. I'll try and work out with the 3.2 nominal what 80 amps will give me for draw, but as I said before, I'm not drawing massive amperage out of this. It's only to keep the fridges on and things like that, which do actually over time suck quite a bit of power, just for shits and giggles, just for playing. Cell characteristics, type of battery, life LPF LiFePO4. Set. LPF lithium ferrophosphate lithium ion, or LTO, which are the round fat jobbies, which are also meant to be quite safe, but with that one. Rated capacity 280. No. Why don't they just give you a factory rating of 0 for the app that you download and you've got to enter everything else? Because they're rubbish. You're gonna pop something. What was I? I was 84. Cell reference voltage. That's got to be right, isn't it? The 3.2 nominal. Sleep waiting time. I guess that's the amount of time that the Bluetooth's active. Don't know. Hello. I really don't know what these ones mean. Hello, Mum. Oh, dearie me. No, I do not know what any of those are. Well, cell number 16, that's correct. One factory setting's correct. So I take it. Oh, I don't know, but I'm guessing. But yeah, there's 16 cells, so I'll leave that. Temperature protection. High temp protect 65. Well, no, I don't think so. I'd go a lot lower than that, probably about 50. I've seen on YouTube channels where they can comfortably run. Maybe at maximum, the likes of down in Australia. I don't know, guessing. 65 seems awfully fucking high. I can make a cup of coffee on that. Low temperature protect, handy for Scotland, but minus 40, no, that's going to cause some serious damage to the cells. The data sheet says that they can charge to minus 5. It's not too bad in the workshop usually. It can dip down to really cold, but it's actually quite well sheltered, believe it or not. Discharge high temp protect 70C. Again, that sounds awfully high. That's Bernie Werney's high. 50. Discharge low temp protect. These can discharge. Lithium iron phosphate can discharge at 0 degrees, but even so, like the minus 40, you're going to cause serious damage to your cells. Dally, what are you playing at? I'll put it at 0 because it's going to go in an inch. If I keep these, it will go into an insulated box or smaller insulated boxes. Well, I won't let them freeze. I'll keep them above 0, but you never know. So that's that for that page. Parameter settings. Protocol type, none. Communication method, yeah, it's got a doodah port in it, RS485. One thing that attracted me to the Dally is that you got an individual charging circuit and an individual discharging circuit. You know, so you'll always be able to discharge even if the charge has not liked something and has alarmed out and quit and cut you off. It won't cut you off completely, you can still use it. Whereas other BMSs, ones that run off of a solenoid and that sort of thing, or even some have got just the MOSFETs, the real cheap ones, and even some expensive ones, it just cuts the whole lot off, which is like, oh no, shooting yourself in the foot, really. Right, I think that's me for parameters. Because I don't want to change anything on that one. It's green, it's on. The state of charge or anything hasn't changed. So I don't know why. I would have thought that it would have, unless it's got to do a few cycles to calibrate itself. Check my settings are still there. 355, 28, 56, 40 more. Right, they're all still there. Cell characteristics. Rated capacity, that's not changed. I thought I changed that. 84. Oh, that's annoying. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my legs! Right, I can't remember seeing that before. I'll have to have a look back through the video just to make sure that I've missed anything. State of charge set 99.8%. I don't really know the state of charge because lithium iron phosphate and the voltages doesn't reflect its state of charge really. You've got to count the amps out and count the amps in. So I don't really know without charging it up to 100%. I might have to charge the pack up to 100% at 3.55, so that then it's from 100% from there. Okay, that'll do for now. Time to have a Google and a think, and maybe a bit of a YouTube research. Okay, right, bye for now. Alright, I might add that last video into a bloopers reel because it was quite a big flash. Right, that's my power supply set to 56.75. I really want 56.8, but it's close enough because it's really quite sensitive. So that's the power supply negative onto the power negative of the BMS, like so. And wake my phone up for the app, see what's occurring, see if it's disconnected again. Right, we're still alive. It's quite bright, I don't think it's going to capture it. Cell difference voltage, it's too bright. Screen brightness, turn the screen brightness right down, see if it will see it then. There we go, it's a bit better. Cell voltage difference is 2 millivolts, and everything's tickety boo. Minimum voltages, maximum voltage, and it still says 100 amp, 100%, 0 amps coming in, 53.6 volts. It's be brave, 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 be brave. Might be a big flash. Be quick. Ooh. In the bloopers reel, that was quite a big flash, and I completely cocked things up. Bit better that time. Oh, sigh of relief. Right. 54.14 volts, 5.1 amps. And that's a bit better. That's a bit more like it. Alright. 5.3 amps coming in. 53.9 volts. Near enough. 54, power supply says 54.2. 53.9. Cell voltage difference. Creeping up slightly. And the power coming in from the power supply is 300 watts, which is probably about right. It's a 5 amp supply. So I've got to give this a battery pack a charge up to 100% and reset that parameter so that this rather pretty little gauge and my percentage of battery state of charge is correct. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to the cell voltage difference. Still at 4 millivolts, 6 millivolts. charge mode's on, discharge mode's on. It's not balancing at all, I don't think. I'll have to keep an eye on whether or not it does any balancing or not. Whether or not I get any of the parameters wrong that was in it for the cell protection. We'll see how it goes from there. Everything looks quite stable. Not too bad at all for the state they were in, the condition they were in, the bloatedness of them. 7 millivolts, so I'll keep an eye on that and see how much that moves. I'll keep popping back and having a quick peek at things. Nothing feels hot. Lovely. No horrible smells. Nothing feels hot, but then again, I'm only charging very, very gentle tickles. I'm not charging very high at all. 300 watts. Nice and gentle. It's certainly going to have, the little power supply is certainly going to have a work cut out when I get my new cells at 280 ampere hours, because I've got to connect them all up in parallel, balance them up to 3.5 volts, maybe let them sit and balance, and then probably capacity test them and things like that. So that little battery power supply's got some work cut out, because they're huge and these are small. I think they'd make nice 12 volt batteries, nice and portable and nice and light, carry them about. That'd be quite cool, especially if the UK blackouts happen. 0.6 cell difference is 6 millivolts. Nice and stable. 300 watt trickle charge. Power supplies at 54.5. I have to keep popping back, and I'll keep an eye on that just to make sure that the voltage doesn't go up to the 60 volts that it can put out. But then if it does go up that high, hopefully the Dilly Dally does its job and cuts things out. Six millivolts, nice. Nice. Right, time to go and cook dinner. Fingers crossed. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Go on, Dally, you can do it. There may be trouble ahead. I've got a runaway cell, I think. I've been away and made a start on cooking dinner and that, and I've been nipping in and out, and I thought maybe something might have been wrong with the power supply or whatever, but I've had a little bit more time to watch this, and I've got a cell number 7. It's running away and it's cutting out. There it goes. It's reached its where I set it to 3.55. It's then cut out. This is going to be interesting. I'll need to have a look at what's wrong with number 7. See if there's any loose connections. I don't think so. Don't think so. I have to keep an eye on it. I'm 54.2. So it might be a really, really high state of charge, and at that steep point in the curve where all the cells separate, and that's when you see that they're grade B and used and knackered. I might end up having to get an active balancer. It might be a bit too much for the old dilly dally. I have to keep an eye on that bad boy there, number 7. Alright, to be continued. It's the morning after the night before. Cell 7 is still being naughty, and cell 12 is still my lowest. I started off at 53.3 volts. It's taken all night to get to 53.9. It's just cutting in and out. The BMS is cutting in and out. It's not happy at all. When the charging cuts back on, that just shoots up. It climbs up really quickly and then cuts out, so there's not getting any charge at all, really. So I'm probably going to have to be very conservative with any charging parameters, you know. Try and find its Goldilocks zone at, I don't know, 3.4 volts or 3.3, something like that. Find a way of making them work and squeeze as much as possible out of them. It will sit there for a while, and that will slowly tick down to about 140 millivolts, and then the charging cuts back in. So whether or not there's another parameter in the Dally BMS I need to change, I don't know. Goal for today is to connect up the inverter and see what it behaves like under some load. I'd like to I'll try and catch it with the charge on. I'll show you how quickly it climbs up. Right, that's the charge current just kicked in. It's cell 7 shoots up really quite quickly. The Dally BMS just hasn't got the power to soak up the extra voltage that's in that cell. So it's definitely a case, that's it. Charge current back off. It is literally just 30 seconds to a minute. By the time I grabbed my camera, it was already up at 150 millivolts. And just in this time that I've been talking to you, it popped up to 3.6. So for charging, definitely the Dally hasn't got enough power in it to burn off that excess voltage. Next is give it a load test and see how it performs then, but I'm really not that optimistic at all, so we'll see how it goes. Please like and subscribe if you want to see if I can actually get something to work and remain sane. Right, bye bye for now.